back with Clint Hooper. So Clint, you and I were co-stars in the last show.
Yes.
And now, look at us. We're doing different roles now.
Completely opposite. Completely opposite.
So you are technical director for Roof and scene designer.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your inspiration for the design and how it is doing both those roles.
Wow. Okay. First of all, doing both roles, taking on scenic designer and technical director, is just absolutely insane because they're both equally demanding. Well, technical director is probably a little bit more demanding, but they're both demanding within their own rights. It's tough to find a balance between the two, but we do it. We find a way, the same way that you're doing it right now as assistant director, you know, and now you've had your hand in every other thing too, trying to keep this show up and running. And,
collaborative.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's the nature of being a company, is that it's collaborative effort. As you said, we performed in the last show, and now we're working behind the scenes on this one. For designing the set, my initial inspiration, it's hard for me to say this without giving away some of the plot points here. There's the nature of drama is conflict, and there's such strong conflicts throughout this show that it creates this strong disharmony versus harmony. And my initial concept was a set that would kind of reflect that, reflect the big struggle between the harmony and the disharmony of these people, this group, and their relationships with each other. And initially the first thought that came to my mind was a yin yang symbol. You know, you have the two opposing forces. And then I wanted the set to physically reflect that symbol, almost in a spiraling sense. And then also to kind of slope downward, having incorporated some ramps as part of it, which I have to agree with Ricky. It's tough to work with that. Some of the physical action the actors have to deal with can be really difficult on a ramp, on an incline. And from a design point of view, it can be cost prohibitive. It's expensive to build ramps like that. But we went through several revisions, and we've settled on what I think is a great set that still reflects some of my initial concept, but is much more functional now.
Yeah. I think it looks great. I mean,
Thank you.
You guys are in for a surprise.
Thank you.
Now, tell us about some of the challenges and rewarding qualities of working for live theater.
Wow. The challenge is the fact that it's live right there.
Yeah.
You know, you have an audience that is live watching you. There is no such thing as cut, hold on, take two. No, it's live. It's happening every night. And I know some of the other people you've interviewed have reflected the same thought. Is that it's so rewarding because every night is different at the same time. It's the same script, it's the same characters, but yet we continue to live in that moment as actors. I guess I'm speaking now. As actors, we live in these moments, so we experience it as if for the first time each night. And that's what we're trying to reflect to the audience as well. We want each audience to come in here feeling that this is the first time this has ever happened, that these people are having this right now, right here, and it's completely new to everyone. And when we succeed in that as actors, you can hear it, you feed it, because it gives us energy to the audience. And they send that energy back to you, and it just creates this great symbiotic relationship between this group of strangers for us, and then the group of the company that's been working to put this together. It just builds to such an incredible climax. I mean, that in itself is such an amazing reward. There's such a catharsis in that.
Yeah, I love that. And why do you think it's important for the people watching, everyone, to come and support live theater and come experience live theater? Because it is an experience.
I believe that everything we have as a society, everything we have as a species on this planet, comes from live theater. Everything that we have developed and created, the origins, you can trace them back to live theater. The concept of democracy, the concept of organized religion, all of these things that are so prominent in our world today stem back to live theater. When you study theater history, you're studying world history. You're exploring how this planet developed, how we evolved as people.
Yeah, it's a mirror.
It really is. It really is. And I think a lot of people take that for granted, because even today, we have so many different genres and things, and you've got so many different. I can look at a movie, I can look at television. Now I've got streaming video. But at its heart, at all of these, they do still tend to reflect what's prominent in our society today. Mm-hmm. 50 years from now, people are going to look back at the shows from the 90s and the early 2000s, and they're gonna think some of the things are odd, but yet that's what we were living through. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think it was Ricky kind of touches on that when he was talking about some of the colloquialisms, the phrases that people are saying, how certain generations are going to get some references and certain generations are going to get other ones too. And then Act 2 is 5 years later, so the references change, I mean, that itself right there is a perfect example of how it is reflective of what we're living through today.
All right, well, I guess you guys are going to have to come out and see it. So don't forget, Roof runs now through May 1st, and you can get your tickets at newtheater.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you.